Yes. Now, if you don't know, Dom and I, we're just two kids that grew up playing football in the Denver Prep League. Now, Dom, he played at Thomas Jefferson High School, while yours truly, I was just a humble star at Montbello High School, that's all. But this weekend, both schools have a chance to do something that hasn't been done in 32 years.
In 1989, the Denver Prep League was the kings of high school football. Thomas Jefferson beat Montbello 34-32 to win the 4A state title. It was the final game of Herman Moat's Hall of Fame coaching career, and also the last time a DPL team has won the state championship. City teams in the Denver Prep League have been playing football in Colorado since 1901, and they've only won 6 state championships. Well, this weekend they have a chance to win 2 more, as Thomas Jefferson will play in the 4A state championship game on Friday night, and Far Northeast will play in the 5A state title game, and that's on Saturday night.
We play good football here too, you know what, and the kids in Denver can play. So we're proud of that, and we want to keep that going, and hopefully maybe we can, Coach Lindsay and I can, and the teams we have can bring home both those trophies this weekend, we hope.
The Spartans are 7-0 and led by senior running backs Avery Shunninson and Jaden Hill.
Jaden's a mix of everything, because whereas I'm more of a downfield runner, sort of tuck it, blow, he can juke, he can move, and he weighs even more than me, which is crazy.
My main focus is just, if you're in my way, I mean, it's bad news for you.
And a 320-pound defensive tackle who goes by the name Tiny.
I can get off blocks real easy, so it's always just fun. I love the trenches, so it works for me.
But this game has another special meaning. Coach Moats died last January, and the team is hoping to win one more game for him.
He's very special to us because of the recency of that. He brings us a sense of duty, I think, to live up to what the greatness of TJ had prior to us.
You know, it's hard to pinpoint. You know, obviously we need a reliable quarterback, a quarterback that's consistent to match the intensity of a relatively above average defense, and we just haven't had it.
Well, with that being said, John Elway, he's been busy in this offseason.
Yeah.
Got you that brand new quarterback, but also got a new head coach in Vic Fangio. What do you think about this guy?
I've not met him personally, but from everything I've read and I've seen, this is a no-nonsense kind of guy, putting some boundaries, which we all have to have in our organizations and in our team. In terms of what expectations are, and you're going to comply, or we're not going to have you on the team.
One guy who stepped up his game last year was Philip Lindsay. How cool was it to have a kid from Denver, went to Denver South, went up to Boulder, and then came here with the Denver Broncos and was a Pro Bowler last year? How cool was that?
Yeah, that was so cool, man. I watched Philip from the time he was playing Pop Warner come through. The Lindsay family is very well known in Denver. I drafted him.
You drafted him last year. So you got him last year.
I got him last year. I was laughed at in the draft room.
Right. Now, did you win last year?
I did. I came in third. Third. He got hurt, remember?
Oh, yeah, I do remember.
I lost Philip. I had
yeah.
Kamara in New Orleans, and I had Philip Lindsay. They were carrying me, man, and he got hurt.
Ready to go over these
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's have some fun. Monday Night Football against the Raiders. What do you think?
It's going to be a tough one. But I don't think that AB is going to be there anyway, so I'm going to give the Broncos the win.
At home against the Chicago Bears, Vic Fangio's old stomping ground.
I'm going to take Denver to go 2-0 to start the season.
Then we go to Green Bay. Hate to tell you, Mr. Mayor, but the Broncos have never won in the state of Wisconsin. Does it happen this year?
Well, thank God it's in September. Let me just say that.
Okay.
I don't think it happens this year.
Okay,
I'm going to give Green Bay that victory in Lambeau Field. It's a tough game.
All right, 2-1. Then the Broncos come back home facing Jacksonville in a tough defense.
Here at Mile High, I'm going to always give it to the Denver Broncos.
I like it.
Yeah. I'm going to pick the Chargers to beat the Broncos in L.A.
Coming back home facing the Tennessee Titans.
Give the Broncos a W on that.
Okay, 4-2. Thursday night against Kansas City.
You know what? That is going to be a tough game for the Broncos. You know what? I'm always going with my boys at home. But I'm going to give that one to Indianapolis.
Okay.
It's going to be a tough one.
Up against Cleveland.
On paper, look phenomenal, don't they? Give it to the Broncos. It's tough to win in Minnesota, ever. I don't care who the quarterback is, what they look like. I'm going to give Minnesota that win. And the Buffalo Bills, they're the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Give the Broncos a W.
Take on the Chargers yet again.
We split it. We win this one.
At Houston, the Texans.
We will be 8-5 after this game, unfortunately.
Wow, okay. The Texans get this W.
We will not win in Arrowhead, unfortunately. We'll be there rooting for them.
Right.
We're 8-6. We beat Detroit here.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I picked the Broncos to go 10-6 this season.
Okay.
And they will be fighting for a wild card spot here. I expect them to beat the Oakland Raiders handily. Going 8-8 would be good for the Broncos. They're going to go 10-6 this season. They'll get in the wild card. We'll see what happens from there.
I like it. Mayor Hancock, thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate
Absolutely.
it. There you go. Predictions for the Broncos this year.
It's about teamwork.
Alvertis Simmons loves the game of basketball, which explains why he has hosted an annual summer camp for the last 14 years.
Everybody could go to can play basketball. You can take a ball and throw it up anywhere and feel good about yourself if you make a basket.
The 2-week camp teaches the fundamentals of the game for the youth. Broncos safety Justin Simmons threw an assist, donating 70 basketballs that provided 85 sack lunches.
Basketball is just one portion of this summer camp. Alvertis takes the kids also through life skills by showing them 5 guiding principles.
Our 5 principles of the camp is love, respect, self-esteem, self-respect, discipline. Those are the 5 principles of the camp. So those are the 5 principles we try to instill in young people, and we figured we could do it, that basketball would be the conduit in which we could make that happen.
Alvertis' principles are rubbing off. First on his grandson, Timothy.
I learned life skills, for surely basketball skills, and just the way of life.
And in Anijah Johnson.
We learned love by like taking care of each other, like when we're hurt or down, and self-esteem is like taking care of ourselves and loving ourselves. Just show respect, because that's like what we have, because my mom's from Louisiana, so we have to be respectful.
Trying to get our kids to go in the right direction, a positive direction. That's what we mean. And we're doing that. We're leading by example, and that's what this is all about.
Justin Adams.
Oh, money. Cash! Cash! Cash!
Covering Colorado First.
Well, later this month, former Bronco Tyler Polumbus will be back at Mile High. Rather than running onto the field, Tyler will be riding around on his bike. As Justin Adams explains, Pedal with Polumbus is about much more than just a good workout.
Everything. It meant everything.
It was a dream come true for Tyler Polumbus, a local kid from Cherry Creek who wrapped up his football career by winning Super Bowl 50 with the Denver Broncos, and he has the pictures to prove it.
Wow, those pictures from the Super Bowl, those will be lasting memories for the rest of my life, and my mom being there meant the world.
Those pictures have a different meaning today. Tyler's mom, Nancy, celebrated the moment while battling ovarian cancer. She fought the disease before she lost her battle in April.
She fought that thing for 6 years, and very, very bravely. A lot of women, they don't get 6 years, and unfortunately she got to stage 4, and it was a very difficult, brutal disease to treat.
So Tyler came up with a plan to honor his mom and to raise awareness by putting his new passion to use. He'll ride around a power field at Mile High for 100 miles in a fundraiser called Pedal for Polumbus, circling the stadium 166 times to raise funds for the Colorado Ovarian Cancer Alliance.
It's fun to have a challenge knowing that, yes, 100 miles, that's hard. And I'm I got to push myself to the limits, and I got to grind a little bit, put a little bit of stress underneath my body in order to raise awareness for other people, and I kind of feel like that's a cool way to do it.
Dr. Jill Alders is glad Tyler is raising awareness too, especially since it's tough to recognize the symptoms of ovarian cancer.
There is no good screening test for ovarian cancer. Things like lab tests and ultrasounds are not recommended for the general population for screening. So without a screening test and with subtle symptoms, it causes a delay in diagnosis.
To recognize the symptoms of ovarian cancer, just follow the acronym BEAT: bloating that is persistent, eating less and feeling fuller, abdominal pain, and trouble with urination and bowel habits.
So generally what I recommend is if someone has had persistent symptoms, so symptoms that are sticking around for at least 2 weeks, that's a time they should go to their doctor and advocate for themselves by asking for a pelvic ultrasound.
Tyler is ready to do his part, hoping to beat ovarian cancer for good, one lap at a time.
And I'll get close, and I'll get ready, and I'll finish it. And she is the inspiration for this entire event, and absolutely, she'll be carrying me through.
Justin Adams, CBS 4 Sports.